Hey guys, welcome back to Karting with Chris. Today's video is going to be the Spring 5 final race. Now if you haven't seen my last video, I recommend watching it, but spoiler alert, I finished in 5th. So starting in 5th, hopefully, because we're on the inside, we're gonna, get a decent result at the beginning, but we're going backwards and that's not a guarantee. Now if you're watching this video the day I release it, or at least close to the day I release it, it is almost Mother's Day, and I'd like to dedicate this video to my mom. She's been supportive of me from the very beginning, and she was actually at this event working at registration, so you might have saw her. And I'd like to thank all the NTK moms as well. We couldn't have this these races without them, so thank you moms. So let me give you the driver lineup real quick. Starting on pole is Ethan, starting in second is Ross, starting on third directly in front of us is Ava, starting in fourth is Adrian, and we are starting in fifth. Now behind us, I don't really know their names, and I don't want to botch them or screw them up because that's kind of rude, so I'm not going to try. But we're going down the back straight here. We're looking for that green flag, make sure we're going nice and slow, and the flagman's waving green and we're good to go. So right off the bat, we're going to try and hold our position, if not gain some positions, but going backwards it's kind of hard to gain positions. As we see Ava and Ross going side by side, a little contact is made, but going through turn 7 here, everyone is able to slide into their original positions. So at the very beginning, no one has lost their positions and no one has gained. So going through the chicane up here, we're going to watch Adrian as he goes for the move on Ava into turn 3. We weren't close enough to Adrian to follow him through turn 3, so we're going to slide in behind Ava. If we would have gone for that move through turn 3, it would have been quite the dive bomb, and that's just not clean racing. So coming out of the last corner here, you see me tap my helmet. I'm telling the guy behind me to push me because we see Ava and everyone else kind of pulling away from me. This is something you'll see throughout this race. I think I was running a bit of a taller sprocket compared to everyone else, because as soon as I hit my rev limiter, that's when everyone else would start to pull away. So coming out of turn 7 here, we can see Ethan up ahead has just gapped us all like crazy, and the 4 of us, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th, we can work together as a train and catch up to Ethan, because one person is not faster than 4 people working together, unless that one person is like God. So coming out of these last couple of corners, we're going to see Adrian actually wants to go up into 2nd place. So coming out of this last corner here, Adrian goes side by side with Ross up ahead. He's looking for the inside. Ross doesn't go fully defensive because he wants that over-under. I bang into the back of Ava, not on purpose, it was kind of on accident. Ross gets that cut back. They're going side by side into turn 7. There's a bit of contact, people are going a little sideways, and Ava and I almost went side by side through the chicane, but I thought better of it. So all this fighting has actually allowed Ethan to pull away from us even more, and that's not what we want. We want him to be slow and us catch up to him, because we want that first place. So Adrian is leading this group right here. It is technically a group of 5 right now, but the guy behind me just slowly fell back throughout the race, so I'm just going to call it a group of 4. So like I've said in all my past backwards videos, consistency is key. I can't stress that enough. How many times I've said it is ridiculous, but especially through the chicane, consistency is key. Now, that last race I had, the pre-final, I did mess up here and there, and so through the final I was like, I just gotta nail it every single time. At least don't dip a wheel. So that was really my main goal. Don't mess up, and have a good clean race. So we're coming out of turn 2 up here, and then watch what happens going into turn 1. I think I just either didn't turn in, I don't think I got close enough to that apex, and everyone's kind of just pulling away. So turn 1 is kind of my kryptonite. It's actually really easy, but I think I was just messing it up, just really stupid mistakes. I just talked about consistency, and here I am making mistakes, but whatever, it's not, detrimental. So we're going down the back straight here, and we're about to go into the chicane, and I give Ava just the slightest bit of a tap on the bumper. It's not enough for her to spin off or anything, and that's just my way of saying, hey, I'm still back here, don't forget about me, because if you make a mistake, I'm going to be here to pounce. Now, sometimes I will do this to play like a little mental game, especially when I'm, racing my brother. I like to give him little bumps here and there. Tell me if, you ever get nervous when people bang into the back of you, because I don't actually know if this mental game actually works. So going through turn 7 up here, I accidentally bang into the back of Ava. That one was not on purpose, and you can see I lost a lot of momentum because of it. And now I'm actually not in that draft anymore. But going through the chicane, I kind of caught up. And then going through turn 3, I'm still getting a little bit closer. And then turn 2, there's various lines through turn 2. I like to hug it a little tighter. And as you can see, I actually caught up to Ava. So maybe that's faster, who knows. But we're seeing a lot of yellow flags being waved. Someone is in the grass up ahead. I raised my hand just to let everyone know I see the yellow flag. So Ross is actually kind of pulled away, but coming through these last couple of corners, he goes sideways, and he's no longer in that draft with Adrian, and now Adrian has just pulled away from the three of us. So it's looking like it's now a battle for third place. So a lot has happened during that one lap. The guy behind has fallen back. I think that was a couple laps ago. I wasn't really paying attention, but we don't have to worry about anyone behind us trying to enter this battle for third. So going through this last corner here, we still see that there's yellow flags being waved, so you can't pass during yellow. I'm pretty sure about that. So no one's passing each other. Adrian's pulled away, and at this point of the race, I'm just thinking to myself, this is going to be a straight up battle for third. Adrian could mess up, or we could catch up to him, but I'm pretty confident this is going to be a straight up battle for third. So if this is going to be a fight for third place, I might as well jump into fourth place, because then I'm closer to that third place when it comes time to pass them. So I'm pushing Ava through turn 3. Through turn 2, I'm right on her bumper, and then going through turn 1, I'll be right on her bumper as well. But watch what happens when I go on the back straight. I'm right on her bumper, and then I hit my rev limiter, and then she slowly pulls away right there. And it's kind of hard to see, but it was at this point I realized that she had more top speed than me. So if I'm going to go for a move, I probably have a better chance if it's through the corners, or at least at the beginning of the straight, because she has way more top end than me. I wouldn't say way more, but a little bit more top end than me, and she's just going to kill me on the straight. So that is something we have to note if we ever go for a move. So coming out of these last couple of corners, we see Ross kind of makes a mistake coming out of the second to last corner. So Ava dives on his inside going to the last corner, and I look for the move, but I wasn't close enough, and Ross is in Ava's draft, and there's nothing I could have really done about that. So Ava's now leading this group of 3, and Ross is in 4th, and I'm in 5th. So I wasn't able to capitalize off of that, but hopefully Ava can pull us closer to Adrian maybe, but again, I'm pretty sure this is a battle for third. So we're going through the chicane, banging to the back of Ross, just to let him know I'm there. Again, trying to play mind tricks with them. Again, not sure if it quite works, but hey, if it works, it works. So we're rounding out lap 10 here, and lap 11 was actually my fastest lap. So again, I'm just going to tell you what I was doing. So going down the back straight here, we're going to brake nice and hard, nice and late. I think I was a little more confident on my brakes than these guys. Through 8 and 9, again, take that second curb and absolutely murder it. Through turn 7, I didn't get as much of that apex as I was wanting to. And then through the chicane, just a tiny bit of lift. I think I took the chicane actually quite well. As you can see, I caught up to them very quickly through the chicane. Through turn 3, right on Ross's bumper, just a hint of brakes. And then through turn 2, I don't track out as much as they do, but it's all everyone's preferences. Through turn 1, flat out, get right nice and close to that apex, and then I have a draft to the finish line. And on that lap, it was a low 43. I can't tell you the exact number because I don't have it off the top of my head, but I was approaching high 42s, which is pretty good on this day. Having that draft is a little bit faster. It's about a tenth or two around this track. So we're going down the back straight here. Ross is tapping the back of his helmet. He wants to catch up to Ava and pass her. Going through the chicane, he's a bit faster than me, so he kind of pulls away. Through turn 3 it's about even, and then watch what happens through turn 2. I think I'm just a tad bit faster through turn 2, so if I'm going to go for a move, I think turn 2 is my best chance. So coming through the last corner here, Ross is sick and tired of being behind Ava, and so he's going to go for that move. I'm not close enough to follow him, so hopefully they take each other out, but it was a nice clean move. Ross gets on the brakes nice and late, and everyone was able to hold it around the corner. So sadly, no one was murdered, and we're still in 5th place, but the race isn't over yet. So we're going to go through the chicane again, and then Ross kind of just pulls away from Ava through the chicane, and that's kind of a little bit of a worry. Maybe Ava's tires have gone off, but going through these last couple of corners, I get nice and close to Ava, and we are able to catch up to Ross again. So we're not going to let him pull away from us. That's not what we want. So we're on lap 14 here. Ava's looking for the move, but at the last minute she decides to not go for it. It would have been a late move. I kind of panicked there because she went sideways and I thought she was going to spin, but everyone held it safe. So we're on lap 14. We're inching towards those last couple of laps, and everyone knows those last couple of laps are going to be passing induced. So like I said a while back, if I want to go for a move, it's got to be at the beginning of the corner so I can get beside them before they can pull away and reach their top speed. So going through these last couple of corners here, we see Ava's looking for the move on Ross going into turn 1. I decided to take a wider line, get a better exit, and then coming out of turn 1, we're going to go side by side, but it wasn't enough because watch, I hit my rev limiter and she's still accelerating, so it was close. We're on the second to last lap, so we're going to try and go for any move. We're going to try and go for 3rd, but if 4th is all we can do, then we'll go for 4th. So being in this group of 3, I'm in the back, so I don't have to worry about defending or anything, I just attack. So hopefully Ava will go for a move on Ross and I'll just follow her, and then maybe I'll pass her later on. So we're not close enough for a move through these last couple of corners here, and so we know Ava is close enough to Ross, and we're about to start the last lap, so hopefully once Ava goes for that move, opportunity will arrive. So going through the first corner up here, Ross is going defensive. He didn't go fully defensive, and Ava took advantage of that. She dives on the inside of Ross. I'm able to catch up, and then going into 7, I go side by side with Ross. I'm going to try and follow Ava, and it just wasn't close enough, and Ross was able to hold it around the outside. And then coming out of turn 7, they have pulled away from me, and they are way too far ahead, so hopefully they take each other out. Maybe battle a little bit more, because at this point I'm nowhere near close enough for a move. Coming out of these last couple of corners here, it looks like Ross is trying his hardest to pass Ava, but he's not close enough, I'm not close enough, and it looks like Ava got 3rd, Ross got 4th, and I got 5th. So that was like a really fun race for me. I mean, I don't care what position I ended up in. It was really fun in my opinion. Good racing from Ava, good racing from Ross, and good racing for myself. I mean, I don't mean to toot my own horn. But before I sign off, I'd just like to show you what happens to your kart after racing backwards at North Texas Karters, because this chicane up here is one of the deadliest, and something actually happened to my kart. So this is my bumper right here. Now, if you don't know too much about karts, this is not supposed to happen. The bolt inside the bumper actually got sheared off. Luckily, I had these bumper stayer on, or whatever they're called, and so it didn't actually fall off during the race. I didn't get DQ'd, but yeah, that happened. So that's all I have for today. If you liked the video, please subscribe, and if you have any questions, suggestions, or opinions, please comment below. Thank you guys for watching, and have a good day.